The country shares work very similarly in how they fund. That you have all of your balances there, and that you'll see this happens to have a negative fund balance. That's because we've only had $4,300 designated to Malawi Country Shares, and we've paid out more than that, having paid the first 3 quarters already this year, giving us a negative fund balance. What we're interested now is getting the commitments in to match the goal before the beginning of next year. These balances will zero out. We're just tracking them this year to get a good jump on next year, but they will zero out and start over. But then next year, once we've zeroed them out and we started over in January 1st, 2008, they will maintain positive or negative balances going forward. Finally, the extra mile projects. You'll notice in this particular case, there's 5 or 6 extra mile projects here in Malawi. One of them being the Africa area wells. You can see the graph and stuff kind of going over. The reason that graph is gray instead of red, orange, or green is because there was no goal input for this. So it can't see how far we are towards our goal. But you can see that $17,000 has been sent in year to date for that, and currently the fund balance is $8,156. If you see Malawi Church Rubs, you can see $2,300 has come in this year. That is the fund balance, and our goal is $10,000 for that project. And you can go right on down and see what's happening. One of the things we need to do is to get goals in for all of our projects. So if you see some of your projects that don't have goals, please go ahead and forward through your ADs what you think those goals should be on an annual basis, not a lifetime basis, but this year and next year, and each year what we want to collect for these projects, and we can get them in, and these graphs will work a little nicer. Finally, there is a button on here that some people go, hey, where's my designated fund list? The process for requesting funds has been automated. You just click the request funds on your project, and up will pop a little email form that says, Dear Greg, and it will send the request straight to Greg, and your AD will be notified that you're requesting the funds, and the funds will be sent to you. One of the neat positives about being able to do this is now the speed in which we can get stuff to the field. Before, it would come through the church, then through the conference, then here, then we'd send a designated fund list at the end of the month, and then you'd request the funds. Now, if people happen to give electronically this week, if you sign on, you'll be able to see that money immediately, request it, and Greg can send it on Thursday when he does the normal appropriations each week. So those are some neat factors there on your homepage. There is a button here that also says, there's 4 buttons here: where needed most, missionary support accounts, country share accounts, and extra mile projects. This is a new thing we've added here, and what this is what the church sees. When a church or a conference signs on, they can see the ministries that we have going to Free Methodist World Missions, and what ministries are fully funded, which ministries are not fully funded. So you can go through this process and see where needed most, and if you look at that tab, you'll see that we have some ministries that haven't put any commitments in yet, and it shows that they are where needed most currently. But this is designed that hopefully most of our ministries will be funded, but it will list the ones that aren't fully funded and what's needed. The next tab is the missionary support accounts, and that will be all of the MSAs, and listing them all and where they are with their funding and their fund balances. The next one is the country shares. So all of the country shares that we have in the system, what their ministry budget is, what's committed to them now, what commitments they need, and what their current fund balance is. And then finally, the extra mile projects, for which we don't really have budgets, but we can see where the funding currently is with all of those items. So that kind of gives you an idea of what the church can see as it logs on to its side of the Missions Connect, so that you can make sure that your system, as you're putting your commitments in, it's saying what we want to the local church.